Hey everyone, this is Carla from Tonneson here with an HR tip. What should you avoid doing during an interview and some things that you can do instead. First thing that you're going to want to avoid is going negative. Some interview questions may inadvertently lead you down that path, but you just want to try your best to avoid it. For example, one question may be, why do you want to leave your current company or position? Now, if you're going through a really hard time at your current position, that's totally understandable, but you just want to make sure that doesn't come through in your interview to a potential employer. Instead, try reframing that question to, why do you want this particular role? The answer to that could be better work-life balance, better career growth, a complete career change, or new challenges and opportunities. Either way, make sure that you are truthful in your response, but just make sure to keep it light during the interview. Next thing that you'll want to avoid is not answering the question at all. So there may be some questions during an interview that you don't want to answer, but you definitely want to make sure that you're giving one. For example, if an interviewer asks, what are your weaknesses? A lot of people don't like to give a flaw. A lot of times they may either not answer the question at all or try to give a strength as a weakness. What you want to do to avoid that is you do want to give a weakness that you may have, but then flip it and spin it to a positive note. For example, you could say, one weakness that you have is time management. However, you've been working on X, Y, and Z to try and remedy that problem, and you've been doing a lot better at it. Something where you're giving an actual answer, but then putting it onto a positive note. Last thing that you'll want to avoid is generalizing your answers. A lot of times during interviews, they ask behavioral questions. So tell me about a time when some situation happened, what was the outcome of that? You don't want to generalize it by saying, oh, I do that every day, or I do it on a day-to-day basis, something like that. You want to make sure that you're actually answering the question. When that comes up, a great tool to use is the STAR method: situation, task, action, and result. First, give the actual situation that you were in. If you can pinpoint a time frame, that's even better. Next, give a task. So how did you play a role in that? What was the situation that was happening before you? Third is action. What did you do to try and remedy or fix the situation? And last is result. You want to give the outcome of what your action did to help the situation. That can be a short-term result or a long-term result as well. Either way, that's a really good tool to help actually answer the question without generalizing. I hope this HR tip was helpful. And remember, when you're in an interview, if a question ever trips you up or you're not sure how to answer it, do not be afraid to ask the interviewer to just take a minute to think about your response. You don't have to have a rapid fire response to any of the questions, and it's a really great tool to help to pause to collect your thoughts. If you want to check out any more information about Tonneson, please feel free to check out our LinkedIn page and our career site for any open opportunities.